everyone, it's Gina from Orchid and Opal.com, and I'm back today with the BeadCrate subscription for April 2021. This is the collector's version. It's the larger of the two boxes that they have to offer. This box is full of a color-coordinated collection of check glass beads that go along with a specific theme. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what's inside. All right, we have our note on the top and of course our bag of beads right in here. And it looks like the theme for this month is called Lily Pads. So we have all of our contents in this grid on the back of the sheet. And then on the other side, we have our note. It says, you stumble upon a serene pond covered in lily pads and their colorful blossoms. You take a much needed break and soak in all the colorful beauty around you. Your reverie is cut short by the croaking of a frog as he jumps from one pad to the next. So it sounds like we're in for some greens and maybe some floral colors to go along with those, which should be beautiful. Flipping this back over, here's a look at all the contents in case you wanted to get any of those specifics. And also we have the different starred items here for what is a collector's amount, meaning it is a larger amount in the collector's version, and also what is a collector's exclusive, meaning you'll find that in the collector's box and not in the smaller enthusiast box. I'll leave the link to the website down below where you can sign up, and it of course has all the other details you need to know about the subscription, pricing, shipping, and all of that. And of course, if you sign up today, you would get the next month's box. And not only do they have subscription options, but you can also sign up for 1 month if you want to try them out. So let's take a peek inside of this bag. All right. So as you can see, we've got lots of little baggies to go through. I'm going to take these out, get organized, and we will take a look at what's inside one at a time. Here is selection number 1. This is selection A, which contains some 16 by 17 millimeter green with black frogs. There's 4 pieces inside. Definitely appropriate for the lily pad theme. I think we had gotten some of these maybe last year, and they're just so adorable. These check press glass froggies with the hole that runs there through the length of the frog. And you can see it's got a lot of green, just slightly darker black striations in that glass, and lots of fun detail. Then next up is selection B. It's a bag containing 4 pieces of large silver-plated lobster claw clasp. There's 4 pieces inside. And I don't have to take these out. We know what lobster claw clasps are. This is just one of those additional items that we get sometimes in BeadCrate that go along with our beads. Sometimes you'll see some findings, sometimes you'll see some stringing material or some other accessory that goes along with your beads. So definitely a handy item to have. Next is selection C. This is a bag containing 14 by 9 millimeter milky white amethyst triangle drops. There's 8 pieces inside. So this is a combination of some creamy white and also that deep grayish purple amethyst striations inside of these beads. Really interesting 3-sided shape, a little bit more elongated on one end than the other, and the hole running through the length of the bead. And then we have selection D. This contains 15 by 12 millimeter opaque yellow jet wavy leaves, and there's 8 pieces inside. These definitely remind me of lily pads though. So you can see that definite leaf-like shape. They kind of come to a point at one end and are wider in the middle. Just gorgeous, vibrant yellow and green mixed together, giving you that really bright chartreuse kind of combination with those darker stripes. And the hole is running through the top of these leaves, right there as you can see. And then we have selection E. This bag contains 3 millimeter light sapphire English cut rounds. There's 50 pieces on the strand. So we're bringing in some of this lovely light blue in the unique English cut, not quite round, just slightly faceted and just a little bit sparkly, bringing in maybe our blue sky, providing a backdrop for our lily pads and perhaps some of that blue water. And then we have Selection F. This bag contains 4mm Alexandrite rondelles. There's 100 beads on this strand. That is a lot of beads. This is a very pale lavender color, and these are a pressed round shape with the hole going right through the center. Another beautiful color to complement this month's natural theme. Then in Selection G, we have a bag containing a 14 by 19mm tiara cast antique silver frog charm. This, of course, is made in the US out of pewter, and there's one piece inside. So there's a look at our cute, high-quality tiara cast frog. So many details there, and the loop at the top looks like he's climbing up. And here is a look at the back. Our next bag, Selection H, contains a strand of 2mm fire polished shaded gold orchid, 50 pieces inside. So this is one of our fire polished strands for the month in this gorgeous shade of pinky purple and a tiny 2mm size. Always great to have some of these fire polished beads. The faceting and their regular and their consistent shape always make for a great versatile option for bead weaving or stringing or whatever type of beading you're into, really. Next up is Selection I, and this bag contains some 6mm fire polished hurricane glass beads in Bayou. There's 25 pieces inside. I like that name because these are definitely a very earthy, swampy, brownish green color, a little bit of that whitish tone that is going through the more translucent glass. And another one of those fire polish round options that we get in the BeadCrate, this time in the larger 6mm size. Then there is Selection J. This contains a 12 by 7mm tiara cast antique silver lotus, USA pewter, of course, and there's 2 of these inside. And you can see how the hole runs up and down through those little lotus flowers, and they are the same on both the front and the back. And then next is Selection K. This contains a strand of 4mm fire polished milky sapphire beads, 50 pieces on the strand. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love the milky sapphire. There's just something about it. It's just such a refreshing shade of blue. Doesn't let quite as much light shine through as a regular sapphire fire polish bead. This is yet another size selection of fire polish. So far we had seen the 2 and the 6, and now we have the 4mm. Next is Selection L, and this contains a strand of 4mm emerald rounds, and there's 100 pieces inside. Tons of these beads to work with on this strand, and another very pleasing shade of green, this emerald tone that is a beautiful complement to some of the other greens and other colors that we've seen, and a very versatile shape, these 4mm rounds. And then next up is our seed bead selection. It says that these are the Toho 11-0 translucent lustered emerald green Japanese glass beads. This is a 2.5-inch tube. High quality Japanese glass seed beads. We usually get a selection of seed beads in various sizes in BeadCrate each month that coordinate with the collection. This is no different. We have a deep forest-like green shade with a slightly silvery luster that is over the top. That is gorgeous. And from here on out, these are the collector's exclusives. So these are items that you wouldn't find in the smaller version of the box. And we kick that off with Selection N. This contains a bag of 6mm flamingo glass pearls. There's 25 pieces inside. Of course, we had to see some pink in this theme to go with our lily pads and our blossoms. These are a satiny bubblegum pink. Absolutely gorgeous, and will be beautiful with a lot of those shades of green and blue. Wonderful condition. These check glass pearls coated beautifully. And then Selection O, this is a bag containing some 9mm light cyan ruby flat pansies, 50 pieces inside. Stunning, juicy, bright red beads. You can see that little pansy-like shape, the little floral 3-petaled design with the details in there. The whole runs up and down through the bead. And this is quite a generous handful that we have to play around with. And then Selection P, this is a bag containing 12mm Matubo Rivolis. There's 2 pieces inside, and that is really cool to see some Rivoli stones in with our other beads this month. And here they are, so you could do some beaded bezeling around these. You can see that classic Rivoli shape. There's the other side. They're the same on both sides, and this color really reminds me of rose quartz. It's a very pale pink and has that kind of a milky appearance. And I always like getting additional items like this in with our other check glass beads, making this a very well-rounded box. And then we have Selection Q. This contains the 8x6mm opaque white Picasso 3-cut tiers, 25 pieces. Loving that stone-like Picasso around the opaque white glass. You can see that they are in a teardrop shape with the hole that runs through the length, and they have a 3-sided type of cut with that white being framed beautifully. And our final item, this is a tube containing the 7x7 Matubo ginkgo leaf beads, 2.5-inch tube. Love the ginkgos. I love playing around with these. The 2-hole shape that look like a ginkgo leaf in this gorgeous shade of satiny teal green, just hints of blue as you kind of turn the beads under the light. And great to see a 2-hole bead selection in with the BeadCrate as usual. So that is everything for our April 2021 Lily Pad Collector's Edition of the BeadCrate. I think this is a great mix, once again, of different pressed check glass shapes, strands. We've got pearls, and we've got drux, and we've got fire polish beads, not to mention some florals, our little frogs, various other shapes, high quality tiara cast findings, the 2 delicate pink faceted Rivolis. So if you are a lover of check glass beads, particularly getting very unique shapes, and you're a little bit more adventurous when it comes to getting shapes that may be unique to you, maybe that you haven't played around with before, I think you'll really enjoy this box. Of course, you can check out the playlist of many BeadCrate unboxings I've done over the past few years to get more of a feel for what they send on a monthly basis. Their themes are different every single month, so next month will be something totally different. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this month's theme, or if there's any beads that stand out to you or anything else that you'd like to say. Just a heads up that I will probably be sharing BeadCrate more on a every other month basis from this point forward for the time being, just so I can fit everything in that I'm trying to and balance out the boxes with tutorials and other content. So nothing against BeadCrate. I'm needing to do that with some subscriptions because realistically there's only so many videos that I can put out in a month. And of course I wish there were more days in the month because I would like to do it all. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'd love to have you as a subscriber, so hit that button down below as well. Once again, the link for BeadCrate is right down below the video if you want to check them out. And I will see you guys again real soon. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.